Now let's switch the conversation. Let's speak with Kate Henshaw. Kate Henshaw is an actress and she speaks on a lot of national issues. She joins virtually from Uyo. Kate, welcome to Political Paradigm.
Hi, Terry.
Kate, did you catch the president's speech on the 1st of October?
What happened to it? I didn't listen.
Oh, why? Why didn't you? I mean, it's a routine or regular October 1st Independence Day speech, and I'm going to take it from there because I know that quite a number of people I've spoken to did not wake up at 7 a.m. to catch that speech. What do you think has gone wrong?
Oh, it was even at 7 a.m.
It's always 7 a.m. I mean, what do you think has gone wrong? You didn't catch this speech. A number of people I've spoken with, they didn't catch this speech either. This is not what we're used to. We're used to waking up at 7 a.m. when the president has an address. What do you think has gone wrong? Especially young people.
There is no connection with the people whatsoever. They're carrying on as if they don't need the people, and the people are carrying on trying to exist and survive whatever onslaught they have been throwing at them. So people are busy trying to sort out their everyday lives, trying to be safe, trying to care for themselves, trying to get food on their tables, trying to find other sources to power their homes and their businesses. They are busy trying to do what they've been doing for years, becoming a government unto themselves. So people are busy. The only thing I think I heard was there wasn't going to be a march past or celebration or whatever. I think that's the only thing they got right so far.
Well, I see you have a lot of interactions with young people by nature of your job. A lot of people are drawn to you because you're a celebrity, and it is beautiful to have celebrities speak on national issues because you have followers. So among young people, why do you think that over time the faith in government has deteriorated? And I'm not just speaking about this administration. So what do you think young people are concerned about with regard to governance? Because the president seemed to have reeled out some things that he has done for young people. We've also seen the president's son act as a youth leader in certain fora to, sort of show the youth that they're being carried along. Do you not think that this is a step in the right direction, especially with this administration, if you compare to previous administrations?
Like you said, I would not dump on this administration in particular. It is successive administration, let me go back. The one before this one is the same government, same political party. So they really cannot divest themselves from what is going on and say, oh, the normal rhetoric is we inherited. You were part of it. You stood suddenly behind your candidate who ran the government or didn't run it for 8 years. So you can't say you knew everything that was going on. You stood solely behind the candidate. And so I feel that it has to be more of tangible work done that the people will feel. Even the young people, they're finding their way. It's not about rhetoric. It's not about moving around and seeming to. The young people are not getting the support that they need. You can see it clearly. Even in the way they're being vilified by authorities, the complaints, everything is seen online. The young people are more interested in drugs and doing all manner of stuff. And those who are serious, but those who are not, are not.
Well, when you say support that young people need, what sort of support do young people need? Because we've come to realize that there's an increase in political participation by young people. They want to get involved in politics.
Yes, because they believe that just sitting by is not going to help anymore. They also believe that, I pray that they're not going in to continue in the ways that we have seen things done. Their interest is, surely there's a better way. Surely we can do better. Surely with our numbers, our innovations, our technology, we can change things. I remember once I had to go for training for some members of the National Assembly, and they were saying something about having to buy a newspaper to put out their adverts and all that. I'm like, you can just put it online. Put it on social media that you are having this kind of hearing or whatever. You don't need to buy adverts anywhere. That ship sunk ages ago. There's technology. There are easier and faster ways of doing things. But you guys are stuck in archaic ways because that's the only way you are going to sort of skim off the top. It's truly unfair that Nigerians at this stage of 65 years we're still a government unto ourselves. We're still crying about security. Everybody knows we are not safe. We're still talking about healthcare, even to the lowest in the rung of the ladder, which is the primary healthcare center. They are not what even the politicians will send their maids to. We are talking about food. We're talking about electricity, which powers everything. And people are having to look for alternate sources of electricity. We now have, wait for the discos. We will get gen. We will get solar. I don't know. Let's say we have to buy gas and pipe into our walls just in case the day the sun doesn't shine, we don't have power from the solar. Like, it's crazy. Once it rains, you are guaranteed of not having electricity. No, now we're in the 21st century. Others are just have moved on. Why are we still in the tunnel? It makes no sense. But then we pick and choose the laws and the things from other countries that will much more put burden on the people, not the good aspects. All we Nigerians want is the basics. Give us the basics and let us fly.
Okay,
Give us the basics.
you know that while we blame the leadership, there are those who will say that the followers put the leadership there. And there are those
Yes?
who will now
Oh, they
say
didn't drop
that
from the sky.
yeah,
They
absolutely.
didn't drop from
So
the sky.
Nigerians who vote these leaders should be held responsible because this is a democracy and governments can only change during true elections. So when you look at the Nigerian population, do you think we're getting to that informed position where we make decisions based on what we understand them to be or what they can deliver? Are we still torn by ethnicity, religion,
Yes,
and
yes, yes,
that's
we
what
are.
you see. So that means, so you now fear that that is the same voting pattern we'll likely see.
That's going to be it. And it's going to get worse. I'm
Why?
not a predictor. I'm not a predictor of doom. I mean, just seeing the conversation online, which is why I've not been on, especially X, which is, I think it's a very good platform for engagement and all of that, where you can have a discourse with across board. Now, the conversation there is very tribalistic, and it wasn't this bad. It wasn't this bad. We have seen polarization of tribes just because of a candidate or the other, and people are going in, people are going personal, I've even been attacked before. They put me inside their WhatsApp group. I won't mention the party, they know themselves, not that I care. But it is so much hate. I saw one tweet about some guy that wrote about Made Kuti because he married a girl from another tribe. I said, oh, this is one of the betrayers. Like, it was never this bad. And it is the politicians who have driven this wedge. My pity is for the people who have jumped on the bandwagon and are causing this strain, because the problem that is going to leave behind, we have not even begun to see it. I wish and I pray. No, let me leave prayer. I'm tired of praying. I wish we will just get on our oars and paddle this country to where it should be. Look above every politician, whatever tribe, religion. We don't look at that. That is the beauty of being a Nigerian. The diversity in our culture, in our religion, in our hearts, in our spirits, our resilience. But we need to bring that energy work for us so that we get the Nigeria we deserve.
Absolutely. Well, just before we go, Kate, I want to ask you this question. The president's ongoing plan to widen the tax net, how do you think? Even let me
Please.
get the question out. You have a problem with that. It's normal practice for tax to fund the infrastructure of a country. Why do you have a problem with the president's plan to widen the tax net?
Let me tell you, first and foremost, I have no problem with taxation. No problem, because I believe it is what a good citizen should do. But what are you doing with the taxes? What are you doing with the taxes? Because I'm a government unto myself. I'm providing myself everything that you say your taxes will provide for me. Even the road that, if I say, oh, I'm doing it, I'm not saying the road they are driving on. The road is bad. Who do I speak to if I feel that the traffic lights in my area, which for 6 months now hasn't been functioning, if I tweet, they'll say I've started problem. Where do I go? If I reach out to the Commissioner of Transport, he won't answer. So where do I go? If I go to the local government, maybe they'll say, this one has come again. So where do people go to help support to make things work? It's just social media. I have no problem with taxation. But you are picking and choosing what you want to do, and you're not even showing working of what you are going to do with the money. We don't have anything. And so nobody should come at me and say, oh, it's because you don't have money, that's why you're not doing. But you guys are rewarding yourself. You increase your salaries, you buy yourself cars and all the luxuries, and you're telling the people to, oh, hold on, it's almost done. The light is almost at the tunnel. No, no, stop it.
Let,
Give the people the basics. And it's not something that you're going to receive an applause for, because that's the description of your job.
Basically, just as we wrap this up, one more question. I want to end this conversation the way I ended with Barrister Kenneth Okonkwo with regard to Nigeria's future. When we talk about development, this is 65 years. It's come and gone. The next question would be, in coming years, what would we say? What would you say we've learned from 65 years? And so I ask you, what do you want to see in terms of development for Nigeria in the coming years?
I want a Nigeria that will harness all of its potential and become the giant that it should be. We are not. We are just giants in numbers. All other countries around us, Kigali, which is Rwanda, and Ghana, they've all gone ahead. Gambia, all of them, they are moving. Which country is it that just had all the females as the president, vice president? I saw it. Um, what's the country? It's all females. Now we are still fighting Senator Natasha somewhere. Let's leave that. I want a Nigeria that truly comes into its own, where we don't need to know anybody to do anything, and things just evolve because we are using technology, and we have all that we need at our disposal. We're capable of so much. Look at entertainment. That is something that has taken off on its own. Thankfully, government is not truly involved, and they didn't even start it. Thank God. That's about one of the only things that is a shining light to us in this country. I know we are capable of so much more. I know the people want better for themselves, but they have to also be prepared to make a sacrifice. It's not going to be easy.
Thank you so
The
much,
battle,
Kate.
for the battle for the things that are important cannot be won in a day.
Kate, I thank you so much. And we all have the same dream. We all have the same dream. It's now left for us to ensure that we pick the right leaders. And I think
Yes.
that's where advocacy comes in, and people in the rural areas must be able to speak. But then again, the fact that you mentioned the people online who are educated people to an extent, who you expect to make more informed decisions and yet spread hate, is a major concern for,
It is.
for this country. But thank you for your time, Kate.
You're welcome, Terry.
Thank you very
Cheers.
much. Thank you very much.